Our next guest, a very funny, legendary comedian who stars in the new series Clean Slate, which premieres Thursday on Prime Video. Let's take a look.
I am so sorry. I was burning mugwort for positive energy. Plus, it still smells very wingy in here. When was the last time you changed your frying oil?
You never change your frying oil. Where do you think all the flavor comes from?
Of course. I made you matcha. It's high in antioxidants.
I'm pro-oxidant. The only green thing going down my throat is a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's.
Please welcome back to the show, George Wallace, everybody. Goodness, I'm so happy to have you. I'm so happy to have you back in New York. Is it good to be back in the city?
First of all, thank you very much. I'm chewing candy because I got this thing called morning breath.
You got morning breath?
And when you got morning breath at night, that's some bad.
Yeah.
And I really think, I've been thinking we should do some research on morning breath.
Uh-huh.
We're doing research on everything else. I'm thinking, because what the hell happens in your mouth during the night? Yeah. You go to bed with regular breath and you wake up the next morning with a mouth full of plutonium. What the hell I think about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, all the bed bugs get together and they say, let's go take a in his mouth.
No. I really hope that's not it.
Yeah, but you know, when people, you have this breath, and then people say stupid stuff, you can't smell your own breath. The hell you can't.
You can't.
And I'm not gonna lie about this. My breath was so bad the other day, my dog said, we need to take a walk. Let's go, man.
The dog said that?
The dog said that to me.
Oh, my goodness.
You know I have the greatest job in the world, just making up. I just love what I...
You can say, yeah, it's good. Yeah. But are you happy to be back in New York City, or can you take it or leave it?
You can't help but to have fun in New York City when you come here. I don't know where some of these people are from, but they come from out of town. This is the greatest city in the world. And... just eating here, having fun, and just doing it, and just being here is wonderful and awesome. So I just love it. There's a lot of crazy things happening here. Like, I live across, everything in New York is not what they say it is. Like, I live across the street from strawberry fields.
Yep, in Central Park, sure.
Ain't no strawberries over there.
Okay.
You just look down in Central Park itself.
Yeah.
They say it's central. It's not central. Everything on the right side of Fifth Avenue is what? On the west side.
Yeah.
So Central Park is on the west side. Everything is just different here.
Yeah.
Park Avenue, ain't no park.
Okay.
Madison Square Garden, it ain't square.
Oh, it's true. Famously now.
It's round.
Yeah.
And it ain't on Madison.
Well, you got an eye for things.
I love to do things here. This is New York City. I just love it. First of all, it's good to be back with you again. I love what you do. It's just great being here with you.
Great having you here as well.
Thank you.
You are a man, I know you love this country a great deal. You have homes in New York, LA, Vegas, Atlanta. Which is your favorite? Where do you like to spend the most time?
I would say my favorite city in the world would probably be Wakanda.
Wakanda?
Yeah.
Like from the Black Panther movie.
From the Black, by the way, look at the people laughing. I live in Wakanda. Listen. Have you ever been to Africa?
I have been to Africa.
Anybody? I like to talk to the young people. If you ever want to go to Africa, you're talking to the right man.
Okay.
Very inexpensively, so you don't have to spend millions of dollars to go to Africa. All you got to do is you call Delta Airlines, okay? And they're going to fly you to Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
That's it? That's it?
No. You go to Atlanta, you won't know the difference. I'm not lying. Africans get off the airplane, they get to Atlanta, they go, holy cow, look at DC the mother. It's a lot of black people. Don't you sit here and laugh at my city. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, okay?
Okay.
But there's a lot of it's so many black people in Atlanta, they're playing hip-hop music at the Cracker Barrel. I'm talking a lot of...
They're playing hip-hop at the Cracker Barrel?
It's a lot of black people, sir.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good to know.
But I could go on and on talking about rich people, too. Rich black people in Atlanta, they own everything.
Yeah.
Oil companies, like, I don't know what they have, they own gas stations like BP. Y'all got BP, you know the gas station
of course.
BP?
Yeah.
Black people.
That's what it stands for. No idea.
You learn a lot. When you hang out with me, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
I teach people, make sure you enjoy your life.
So that was education in Atlanta. Back to New York real quick. Do you recommend, is there a season you think New York City is the best?
I would say it's cold right now, right?
Yeah.
But I would probably say the summer.
Yeah.
Or the fall. That's the best.
Okay.
Because you come in the winter like at Christmas time, but people are nice at Christmas time. You go to the store at Bloomingdale's, you bump into people, oh, nice, thank you, sir. And you do that in June, and people give you the finger and knock you out.
Yeah.
It's really, and I mentioned a store like at Bloomingdale's. I mentioned Bloomingdale's. I'm going to say this because I was here for the holiday. And all the single men in America, wherever you are, if you ever come to New York City, you got to go to Bloomingdale's. The most beautiful women
Really?
in the world work at Bloomingdale's.
Well, that's great to know.
That's how, you know, and if you go in there and you walk around and then you'll notice like some of the men that work in Bloomingdale look better than the women.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and if you're not sure about your sexuality,
that's the place to go.
When you come out, you might come out. That's what I'm thinking.
Good to know. I love you so much on social media because I feel like you have so many observations about modern life and the times we're living in. Anything you want to share with us you've been thinking about recently?
Well, I'm always thinking about crazy stuff, like how come is it that the closer you get to the ocean, the more expensive seafood is, like that? How come is it when you eat artichokes, there's more of that stuff left than when you started? I'm in the grocery store. I think about stupid stuff. That's why I have my hat. I'd be thinking, I'm in the grocery store, I saw an item that said evaporated milk.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, what the hell is in the can? So I sit around and just make up jokes and have fun and just enjoy life. That's what it's all about.
Speaking of joy, this wonderful new show, your co-star Laverne Cox, we saw you both in the clip. The great Norman Lear was producer of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew him for 30 years.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to meet him a couple of times. This is a very special person, and to be in one of the last things he worked on, that must have been, you know, he passed away at 100 years old.
Yes.
But this must be a special project.
This is very special. I had worked with Norman 30 years ago, and he said that we will work on something again. And so I thought I wanted to reboot Sanford and Son. Y'all know Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Basically, I just wanted to hear, you feel good just hearing the music. You don't even have to watch the show. And I went to him, I says, let's reboot Sanford and Son. You're doing everything else because I got the hair, you know. I got the hair. But a lot of people today say when I take this hat off, I look more like Lou Nail's mama. So I don't know if you know Lou Nail.
Yeah, I do Lou Nail. Yeah.
So but he said that's a hard show, iconic show, Sanford and Son. Maybe you go back and think about it, come back with another idea, maybe a twist. And I thought about it, and at the time, Orange is the New Black was the most popular show, and I heard a lot about this lady, Laverne Cox.
Yeah, she's
so
really
I don't know
special.
about her, but a thought goes through my head. What if I had a son that left the house and came to New York City to do his thing like most of us do? We come to New York to do whatever it is. This is the best city to do to get away from home and be who you want to be.
Yeah.
So my son did that, and I didn't hear from my son for 23 years. I get an email that said, Dad, I'm coming home tomorrow. And I tell the whole neighborhood, my son is coming home. And the next day, ding dong, and I go to the door, and there stands the most beautiful lady you've ever seen in your life. And I said, lady, I don't know what you're selling today, Jehovah's Return or Avon, whatever you're selling, I'm not buying today. And she says to me, Dad, it's me. And it's my daughter, Laverne Cox is my daughter, and we're having fun, and the show is all about love, letting people live, be who they want to be, do what they want to do, make sure you enjoy your life.
And you know, I'll tell you, Sanford and Son would have been nice, but Norman always made shows about today, and it's a really special show.
Controversial,
yeah.
And that's what we're tackling this issue, and we're talking about it, and we're doing it with humor. And laughter is the greatest medicine in the world.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for making the show. It's always so wonderful to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
George Wallace.